Hey folks, how you doing? I'm iRule399. Welcome to the GTA 5 chat show once again on the Jehovah Witness page. If you missed what notes were going on for the title update the other day, it was on the 8th, I think, so it was the Tuesday. Rockstar put out an update, which is nice, and there are some notes for 1.12 here. I missed them. I don't see them until someone sends them to me because I don't know how to find them. But each update Rockstar put out, or patched, they go through and put a lot of notes out. We have two lists here. We've got the top changes and we've also got all changes. All changes is way longer than the top stuff. There's a lot going on here and there's a lot of issue fixing and bug fixes going on. I shan't run through all of the changes, but I shall just go through the top changes and why I like them and stuff like that, if that's cool with you. I imagine a lot of you probably already know this by now, but some people don't. A lot of people don't check the newswire now that the game's out, so I figured, you know what, I'll go through and talk about it, because why not? So one of the top changes, and one that I've not yet had a chance to use, but I reckon it'd be quite an interesting one. You've got to have some creative spin with this, I guess. There's a new Lester ability been added. You know, you can call him up, get rid of the cops, make yourself invisible on the radar for a little while. Well, this one, it'll make his cop buddies turn a blind eye to any crime you may or may not be committing for a short period of time. Don't know how long that period of time is. Might be a minute, might be 2, might be 5. If it's 5 minutes, you'll be able to do a lot of damage. I think it'd be well OP. Way overpowered. But essentially, I guess if you want to go off and kill a few people or blow some stuff up and get some revenge on someone, you can pay Lester to get the cops off your back for a little while, and they won't come if you do something bad, which is nice. I guess I'm trying to think what you could do, which would maybe get your car back from the impound without having to pay, and the cops won't do anything there. That'd be nice. So players are now awarded more cash when completing parachutes, races, death matches and LTS jobs with less than 4 players. I have seen some folks reel in 22 grand, and I don't know how. I haven't yet been on the game long enough in order to see what this is. I'll be on there later on today with GTA Men to see what's going on. 22,000 seems like a lot of money, considering it was like a 3-minute race, not even that. But either way, I think it's nice. I mean, RP you can gain relatively easily. If you just play the game, that's fine. Earning money, on the other hand, I imagine it won't be long until they tweak that again. If there are people earning 22 grand every time, that's a lot. Every time a player likes or dislikes content, they will receive 50 RP, which is nice. There's a nice incentive there. Fixed an issue where players who had upgraded personal vehicles prior to 1.10 were only able to sell them for 10 grand. And there was a fix for where players lost the Gusenberg Sweeper despite having purchased it during the Valentine's event. There's also a fixed exploit where people were able to use the content creator in a free roam session and spawn in objects or vehicles. That's a bad one. I had heard that was breaking people's games, which isn't good. Fixed an exploit where people were able to use weapons within their apartment and garage to kill other players, which is just crazy. Vote screens now progress when a job has received a majority vote. Saves a lot of waiting time, speeds things up. Lovely, love it. Fixed an issue where players could be unable to reclaim their personal vehicles from the impound lot after being destroyed. Sad face, some vehicles cost a lot of money, especially with upgrades. Fixed an issue where it was possible for players to receive hangs and long load times after completing several activities, and fixed an issue where players were able to render themselves and the car they were driving invisible to greet other players, and that just seems obnoxious. I hadn't come across that. I only play in private matches and nobody had that, fortunately, and I think if I found someone that did, I'd never speak to him again. That sounds like a crazy one. That's the top changes. That, I tell you, isn't even a third of what Rockstar have done. There is a whole long list of way too many changes for me to be able to go through in just one little thing, so, there we go. That's that. I like the fact that they're doing loads of stuff. I really am. I mean, there's so many fixes here. It makes you wonder, really, how much we miss out on because they've got to go through and fix all this stuff. Some people just make the issue noticeable in that they go off and do it. Some things, though, you can't help, but some exploits just come out of the works, and you can't really do anything about that until after the game's been made. But with a game like GTA, you've got to expect a lot of bugs, I guess. Bugs happen, but Either way, I've been iRule399. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in a little bit.